All right, so you said one like number 12? Is it on this page? No. All right, so the transformation type. All right, so let me find one like that from our book, so it's a different one. So we're describing a transformation. Oh, write a rule, okay. Chapter 2. Think about which section that was from. Bless you.
Thank you. That was done.
Can't find one. Must be looking in the wrong spot.
Probably not. That's just a shade. Shake the whole thing.
Well, I'll just make something up that's similar to that. So let's say f of x is negative 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. All right. So there's our function. And let's shift it right 1 and vertically stretch it by 5, let's say. Okay? So if I'm shifting it right 1, which variable am I moving or doing something to? The x, right? So remember, left and right is this way, which is your x-axis, right, horizontally. So that's why we're working on the x variable. All right, so right by 1 means what do I do to the x? Go minus 1, right? Remember, it's the opposite of what you think when we're doing horizontal stuff. So the g would be negative 2, and then for the, instead of x, I'm putting x minus 1 for the shift right squared. And then for the second x, I put x minus 1 for the shift right. So that's what we substitute in for x when we do that type of thing. Okay? And now we just simplify. We got to do our algebra stuff. Okay? So when I simplify x minus 1 squared, I'll just do it down here. x minus 1 squared means this, right? So that means you have to FOIL it. Or you could do the shortcut. I'll show you both. First is x times x. Outside is x times -1. Inside is -1 times x. And last is -1 times -1. Combine like terms, I get that. All right. The shortcut, the way without having to write it all out, is take the first term, the x, and square it, and you get the x squared. Multiply the two terms together, which is -1x, and then double that. -1x doubled is -2x. That's how we get the middle term. And then the third term is the -1 times -1, square it, you get a +1. So if you don't want to write it out and FOIL like I did here, you can just do that. All right, so now this is -2 times the x squared minus 2x plus 1. And I haven't done anything else yet to this. That's what it looks like now. Now I'm going to distribute the -2 and the -5 to simplify it some more. So it'll be down here below this one. -2 times x squared, -2 times -2x, and -2 times 1. -5 times x, -5 times -1, and then the +4. Okay? So now I'm going to combine like terms to get it simplified. I got a 4x minus 5x, so that's a -1x. -2 plus 5 is 3 plus 4 would be plus 7. So that's what my g of x looks like so far with a shift to the right, 1. You put that x minus 1 in for the x, and then you do all this algebra, FOILing and distributing and combining like terms. Then the second part is a vertical stretch by 5. When you do something vertically, up and down, the y is up and down, you multiply the whole thing by that number when it's a vertical stretch. If it was a horizontal stretch by 5, what number would I use? Reciprocal, I'd use 1/5 if it said horizontal. Okay? But it's going to say vertical on the exam, okay? So whatever that number is, 5 in this case, we're going to multiply the whole thing by 5. So our final answer then is 5 times -2x squared and 5 times -1x and 5 times 7. So this red equation there, that red quadratic, is the final answer to those two transformations, that type of problem. Those are probably the toughest, one of the toughest ones on the exam problem, that, because it takes some time.
I see a question like number 9. Yeah, I don't know how to get the 4th and 5th points.
Okay. Anybody have a question on this before we go back to number 9? One like it? All right. All right. If you want, you can just go right to your calculator, hit your y equals, and just put that in just like it's typed, just like it's written. So negative parenthesis x minus 2 parenthesis x plus 6. And then hit graph. Okay? So since that negative sign was out front, our a value is -1. It means it opens down like that. And then you can go to your table, second graph, and there's some points you can use to plot. All right, so, it goes pretty high. 0, 12 is the y-intercept. Let's see if it looks symmetrical. There it is. All right, so -5, 7 would be a point, and you can just graph it that way.
I got
Okay.
it, just 3 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's the only thing that's worried about.
Why did you think you had to do 5?
Because when we went over it, you did 5 points.
Oh, I was just making sure I got the right thing. But I would do this. What, I probably wouldn't use the calculator. This is my X, these are my 2 X intercepts. -6 and +2. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 between them. So I'm going to go 4 to get to the middle, which is here, right? And then I would just probably put that number -2 in. I would do f of -2 to find that point on which would be my vertex, right? Okay, so I got the negative there, that's a -4, and that's a +4. Well, these 2 negatives make it positive, so I get 16. So way up here, off my grid, like up here probably, is my vertex. So that gives you 3 points you can use if you're not going to use the calculator. Okay. So, anything else? You guys good with everything else? Those are, again, graphing. You can use your calculator to help you with that stuff. That one we just did took a little bit of time. It's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of time, that one we just did. All right, well. Nothing else? You guys are okay? You got your cards ready? Front and back? I don't have anything else to get you ready. If you want to study for another exam, that's fine with me the rest of the period. We good? All right.